Hello, Jet. Thank you for joining us in CSR News PH. Pakikwento naman sa amin, paano ka ba nag-umpisa dito sa humanitarian work focusing on education?
Maraming salamat, David. Ako ay isang guro by profession. Ang kagandahan nito, maliban sa pagtuturo ng mga bata, nabigyan ng pagkakataon na magtatak ng mga outreach. At doon ko nakita yung pangailangan at kahalagahan ng edukasyon sa ating mga bata kung paano ito makakatulong na maging matagumpay sila at matupad ang kanilang mga pangarap. Ngunit, sa mga hadlang kung bakit ang mga bata ay hindi nagtatagumpay sa eskwelahan ay yung kakulangan ng kakayahan sa pagbasa. At ang mga batang ito, pag nakikita ko doon sa ginagawa ng project, mabigyan mo na sila ng pagkakataon at tulong, natututo at nararamdaman nila na sila ay may magagawa pa upang mag-excel bilang mag-aaral. Kaya yung nagbukas ng aking mata, sabi ko, gusto kong bumabad sa community upang mas maabot pa yung mga batang nangangailangan ng tulong o yung tatawag nating most vulnerable children. Sa pagtuturo ko for 16 years, sinubukan ko ring lumabas, magtrabaho sa isang NGO. Nagtuloy-tuloy na. So doon nagsimula yung aking journey sa pagkikipag-ugnayan sa community, sa mga guro, sa ating mga partners, sa pagpapatupad ng ating programa sa edukasyon.
Kamusta naman yung trabaho mo sa World Vision? Diretso ba na education ang hawak mo agad?
I started my journey with World Vision as an Education Technical Program Manager in 2015 and then Senior Manager for Programs in 2018 and then was asked again to handle the education program. Doon nabuo yung project na Brigada Pagbasa. Very fulfilling na at the same time very challenging. You will really be pushed to get out of your comfort zone to thrive and survive. So internally, syempre, nagmamanage ka ng project, andito yung sa staff, sa deliverables, yung time management talagang kailangan very critical, Pagdating naman sa external partners, doon din siyempre kailangan mo i-manage yung schedule, yung pakikisalamuha, at meron pang community. So kahit mahirap, kahit may mga hamon na ganito, nakakatuwa kasi at the end of the day, yung pagod mo, yung lahat ng stress na ramdaman mo, pag nakita mo yung community na nakakabangon, nakakalabas sa kahirapan, at nakikita mo yung mga bata natututo at natutupad yung kanilang pangarap. Siguro sa 5 taon ko sa World Vision, may mga communities tayong nasubaybayan at after 5 years, nakita mo sobrang ang laki ng pinagbago ng buhay nila. Kaya yun yung sa tingin ko fulfillment.
Paano mo minamanage yung mga ganong karaming tao?
Yan, magandang tanong yun. Actually, ang framework sa leadership, naniniwala ako na walang mga taong gustong i-manage. They want to be led. So ako, ang ginagawa ko agad sa team, may expectation setting, kasi kailangan ko ding unawain yung kanilang working style. May mga gusto, guided talaga sila. May iba naman, give them the objective and the deadline and then bahala na sila. They will just come back to you with the results. So I need to know kasi nga, handling a team actually is more than just management. You really need to lead them. At the same time, there are dynamics that you need to understand to bring out the best. I always create an environment where people will feel safe so that I can help them function at their natural best. Sa World Vision pa lang, ang daming area programs na hinahawakan, finance side, yung implementation, yung accountability sa doon, ang dami. Pero dahil sa ganong pakiramdam ng team, na sila ay suportado, sila ay binibigyan ng time and space to innovate and to do their job, hindi ganon kahirap, hindi ganon kabigat. Sisiguro din natin na yung pangangailangan ng community at yung desire ng donor ay nagmi-meet halfway at nagkakasundo upang hindi magkaroon ng stress along the way. So ganun po yung ginagawa natin para ma-manage natin at hindi lang yung project kung hindi ma-lead yung ating mga tao para mas maging fulfilled sila sa kanilang ginagawa.
Kilala ngayon ang World Vision bilang partner ng Department of Education. Paano mo naumpisahan yung Brigada Pagbasa? Paano mo to ipinakilala dun sa mga naging partner mo na?
Ayan, actually magandang kwento yan. Dahil ako nag-observe ako sa aking career as Education Technical Program Manager. Nakita ko sa Pilipinas, pag sinabi mong literacy development program, there's a long list of organizations doing literacy, reading remediation. Tapos biglang nung may meeting ako with Undersecretary Umali, pinag-uusapan namin bigla na yun nga yung problema sa education, alam mo man si USEC pagdating sa partnering tsaka sa edukasyon, napakaseryoso niya talaga na pinag-uusapan na, nga USEC talagang hanggang ngayon ang daming hamon, ganyan. Tapos naalala ko nga pala, siya yung lead ng Brigada Eskwela. Alam naman natin lahat yun na yung tao nag-volunteer, maglilinis, magpupukpok, magre-repair, magpipintura para luminis. Sabi ko, USEC, bakit hindi tayo gumawa ng isang project na nakatutok sa pagbabasa para tumaas ang antas ng kalidad ng literasiya ng mga bata in the context of partnership? So sabi ko, ba't di tayo bumuo ng Brigada Pagbasa naman? So kinakabahan pa ako nun kasi baka hindi bumenta. Pero na-pick up niya yun. Oo nga o sige, gawin mo yan. No? So, ginawa ko ng concept note, ginawa ko ng indicator, kahit na anong busy ni Yusek, minsan kahit sa kotse niya, nagmi-meeting kami para lang maano dahil sobrang busy tao din niya. So talagang susundan natin, pinipresent, okay ba sa kanya yon, tapos nagko-comment siya. At nung nabuo yun, no, sabi niya, okay na yan, nag-meet tayo kasama aking executive director, mga partners, pinapakilala ng Brigada Pagbasa, ilang school yung mga nag-adapt. Hanggang sa November 28, 2019, bago nag-pandemic at bago lumabas ang result ng PISA, ay balugod tayo pinaunlakan na i-launch ang Brigada Pagbasa at the national level, no, sa PICC yon, during Brigada Eskwela National Awards, na ito ay dinaluhan ng lahat ng regional directors upang i-express yung kanilang support sa Brigada Pagbasa upang itaguyod, no, yung kultura sa pagbasa. At ngayon, parami yung ating partners. For example, sa DepEd Region 5, no, naniniwala ka, David, meron na tayong mahigit 140,000 volunteers, no, na they sign up, no, as volunteer tutors, iba naman storytellers, iba naman nagbibigay ng volunteer support, donor ng books, no. So ang dami na. Tapos ang kagandahan din ito, inadapt na siya ng DepEd. So buong Pilipinas na nag-launch ng Brigada Pagbasa. Kaya tuloy-tuloy na. At sa private sector, no, ang dami ring nakakatch ng vision kasi ang Brigada Pagbasa is actually a movement that aims to synergize partners' efforts. Kasi kalat-kalat tayo, ang ginawa ni Brigada Pagbasa, o magsama-sama tayo para mas tumiba yung ating ginagawa sa pagtulong sa DepEd in the context of partnership. So nandiyan si SMART, si Adarna House, si National Bookstore, no? Alam mo ba, David, no, kung hindi na nag-COVID, lahat ng National Bookstore ngayon, ang sabi dapat gagawin siyang Brigada Pagbasa hub or site, no? So may ganong conversation na. May partnership din tayo with De La Salle University dahil yung mga NSTP students na nag-tutor sa ating mga kabataan sa area program using remote learning, no. Ang National Teachers Month Coordinating Council, no, at alam naman natin ang NTMCC ay binubuo ng maraming organizations both from private and public institution nandoon, at naging partner natin siya kasi naniniwala nga sila na ang Brigada Pagbasa ay isang daan para mas mapalakas natin yung role ng mga partners. Sinasabi natin kasi lagi, it takes a village to educate a child, but that will only remain a saying unless we empower our communities and make them realize their role in teaching our children become functionally literate. Kasi nga, yung issues natin sa functional literacy is not merely a cognitive issue. Half of it is actually cultural. So, kailangan talaga lahat sa komunidad ay alam kung ano yung kanilang tungkulin upang matuto yung kanilang mga anak at mga kabataan sa community.
Okay, Jet, ang dami nyo nang nagawa sa Brigada Pagbasa. Pero paano nung pandemic? Did you have to stop or mas nagdoble kayod ba kayo?
Salamat don, David. No, alam mo, hindi kahila sa lahat, no, lahat naman ng sektor ng ating pamahalaan, ng ating buhay, no, ay nabulabog nung nagkaroon ng pandemya, at lalong-lalo na siyempre ang education sa mga hardly hit, no, na sektor nung pandemic. So actually blessing din na nakapag-launch tayo before the pandemic, no, dahil nahanda na yung mga partners, na-launch na, nakapag-meeting na, nalaman nila kanilang role para makatulong. Kaya nung nag-shift tayo sa distance learning, mahirap pero hindi naging ganun kahirap dahil nakita na agad, may problema, at yung mga partners natin sa Brigada Pagbasa, ang tanong agad, paano kami tutulong? So, in partnership with DepEd, no, tinatanong namin, ano bang pangailangan na mag-aaral ninyo? May nagsabi, modules, gadget, pero siyempre Brigada Pagbasa, ang tutok natin, matuto. So nag-train tayo ng mga volunteers na sa community gamit ang virtual platform para sila yung pupunta sa mga bahay-bahay, sila yung nasa community para magturo, mag-tutor sa ating mga bata noong pandemic. Medyo mabigat yung adjustments, pero sa awa ng Panginoon, unti-unti, no, sa tulong ng ating mga volunteers at mga local stakeholders, ay nagawa ng paraan na masiguro na walang batang may iwan, lalo na ngayon sa panahon ng pandemya.
Can you share with us milestones you've achieved so far?
Yun, napakagandang kwento nito, no? Kasi nga unang-una, no, yung partnership natin with National Bookstore College. Imaginein mo, no, parang pagpikit may mata mo. Lahat ng National Bookstore sa Pilipinas, no, may Brigada Pagbasa corner.
Ang dami.
Na kung saan ang pag-uusap nga natin do sa head ng kanilang foundation, no, na parang sige, lahat noon, ano gagawin natin, donation, donation hub, no, kung sino gusto magbigay ng libro, tapos kung saan siya kailangan ng mga storybooks, i-deploy natin. So, napakalaking tulong noon. Pangalawa, yung ating partnership with DepEd Region 5 na talagang institutionalize nila, no? Sila yung naunang region. Nabili mo 140,000 volunteers, no, para sa Brigada Pagbasa. Isa rin yun, no? At yung ating partnership with universities like with DLSU and National Bookstore College na ide-deploy yung kanilang mga estudyante para magturo, no, bilang learning facilitators. At ganoon din, no, yung ating partnership with National Teachers Month Coordinating Council, no, talagang solid yung kanilang pagtanggap sa Brigada Pagbasa. At ngayon naman, may isa tayong bago, no, in partnership with Adarna, yung Brigada Pagbasa Book Drive. Naglalasada ka ba? Nag-Shopee ka ba? Ito, kung gusto mong tumulong, may ginawa tayong ganong platform, add to cart ka lang, kung gusto mong mga libro na gusto mong i-donate at kung saan, at isi-ship yun ng ating partners. So, on September 13, we will go live at siguro, ibibigay ko yung iba pang detalye kapag ano talaga siya, fully operational na yung ating platform. At parami ng parami, ating mga celebrities, no? Mayroon tayong mga celebrity ambassador na talagang sumusuporta sa Brigada Pagbasa. At ito ay tuloy-tuloy na. No? Lahat nakita nila yung kahalagahan ng pagbasa, lalo na sa ating mga bata. Lalo ngayong pandemya, mas na-highlight yung pangailangan.
Sa dami ng mga na-achieve ng grupo ninyo, no, sa Brigada Pagbasa kasama ang World Vision, ano pa palagay mo yung nasa bucket list mo na hindi mo pa natitik?
Ang problema sa Pilipinas, hindi lang naman David, hindi lang illiteracy, yung mga nakikita mong di marunong. Hindi yun ang problema actually. Although sobrang kailangan nun, ang nasa likod nun ay actually is alliteracy. Yun yung problemang hindi natin nakikita. Alliteracy ibig sabihin, marunong magbasa pero hindi nagbabasa. Kaya yung mga bata hindi nagiging functional literate. Habang gusto natin na sila ay mag-perform sa schools, pero gusto natin yung pagmamahal sa pagbasa ay maging parte talaga ng kultura. So, yun yung aking pangarap, no, na lahat sana ay maging mapagmahal sa pagbabasa. Dahil ako, David, na personally naniniwala ako na ang batang marunong magbasa ay malaya. Malaya mag-isip, malaya paunlaran ng sarili, at malaya tuparin ang kanilang pangarap na maging isang pag-asa ng bayan.
Jed, paano ba mag-donate? Paano ba mag-support? Yung mga gusto mag-volunteers, kanino sila pupunta? Paki-imbitahan yung mga nanonood.
Yan, okay. Maraming salamat sa pagkakataong ito. No? Para sa mga gustong tumulong, mag-donate, pwede nyo pong padaanan ang inyong mga tulong sa World Vision. No? Pwede kayong pumunta, mag-email sa akin sa jomel_ketonzo@wbi.org or punta kayo sa www.worldvision. Pwede nyo pong hanapin yon para pwede kayong magtanong doon, pwede namin kayo connect sa community nyo gusto. At kung gusto niyo po makakita ng talagang actual na implementation ng Brigada Pagbasa sa buong Pilipinas, no, na sinishare natin partners, pwede niyo pong bisitahin ang ating Facebook page at sama sa Brigada Pagbasa. At doon po makikita niyo sa inyong mga areas at doon po pwede kayo mag-message doon kung may tanong po kayo at kung paano po kayo makakatulong para sa ating mga kabataang Pilipino.
Department of Education signed a Memorandum of Agreement with World Vision Development Foundation to establish Brigada Pagbasa as an offshoot of Brigada Eskwela through its external partnership service. We are grateful to the Department of Education for the honor of being chosen co-lead convener of the program. The signing of the MOA was led by no less than our Secretary Leonor Liling Magtolis Briones, together with Undersecretary Tunisito MC Umali of External Partnership Service. The Brigada Pagbasa program is a national movement for reading that aims to bring together all education champions and supporters to contribute to nation building by helping all Filipino children enhance their reading skills in the context of partnership. This is to support DepEd's goal to uplift literacy among Filipino learners. Brigada Pagbasa is a readership initiative that aims to support existing enrichment and remediation activities led by DepEd. It also serves as a social accountability platform that encourages community participation and accountability by ensuring that every member of the community is aware of their role in our children's education. The tagline, "Sama-sama, tulong-tulong sa pagtataguyod ng kultura sa pagbasa," was coined to highlight the importance of promoting reading culture in the community and foster genuine love for reading to help our children become functionally literate. We believe that the difficulty with our children's functional literacy is not merely a cognitive issue. Half of the challenge is cultural. Therefore, raising a generation of children who are committed to learn will require cooperation and participation of the entire community. Brigada Pagbasa is the partnership response to Hamon, Bawat Bata Bumabasa, or the Tribis Initiative. Consistent with the Brigada Eskwela framework, the program aims to synergize partners' resources to strengthen literacy interventions in the community. DepEd released the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan when we shifted to distance learning due to the pandemic. On page 50 of this document, DepEd enjoins all its personnel and partners to strengthen the implementation of Brigada Pagbasa at the school level. And in June 2021, the Department of Education's Office of External Partnership Service released the guidelines on the use of Program Support Fund for building collaborations and linkages for school year 2021 to 2022 to help improve literacy building support for our children and address literacy gaps in the context of partnership. Brigada Pagbasa follows the Lead a Child framework, which is an acrostic of the key principles we adopted in the program implementation. L is for leveraging partners after school initiatives, which means we need not reinvent the wheel and duplicate what DepEd and partners are already doing in the community, but rather identify the gaps and provide support to strengthen the impact of DepEd's existing program. E is for engaging volunteers to facilitate reading sessions in the community. The way Brigada Eskwela is implemented, community professionals, LGU officials, parent leaders, youth leaders, and church partners volunteer as learning facilitators to share their time, talents, and treasures to help reach the most vulnerable learners. A is on the adoption of indicators or schools, where we provide partners opportunity to choose the activities and schools they wish to support based on their expertise, available resources, and organizational mandate. Meanwhile, to ensure that the literacy building support we provide is responsive to the needs of our learners, we work collaboratively with education experts to drive education solutions and innovations to make learning more meaningful for our children. In our pursuit to help ensure that our children will become educated for life, Brigada Pagbasa aims to support DepEd to help children have increased learning outcomes by providing children access to literacy enhancement programs using multimodal learning approaches. To achieve this goal, we have identified two key initiatives. First is to equip parents and community partners to support their children's learning. In collaboration with the Department of Education's Curriculum and Partnership team, together with the expert from NGO partners and community professionals, we designed a contextualized teacher training program for community volunteers and learning facilitators, aligned with the target competencies and needs of the learners. And after the training, our trained facilitators will be mobilized to facilitate reading interventions using the modality appropriate and accessible for our learners. The planning and preparation for the conduct of reading interventions at the community is led by the school heads with the support of education stakeholders. During planning, key details which include mapping of learners, volunteer orientation, and development of locally relevant materials are being used to ensure that the program will be implemented successfully. To ensure the intentionality of the program, we begin by assessing children's literacy skills and reading readiness using World Vision's Functional Literacy Assessment Tool, or FLAT, to identify the specific enrichment activities that will be provided for our children. Partners are also using other assessment tools prescribed by the Department of Education. Before the conduct of literacy enrichment activity, pre-test and post-test are being conducted to determine learners' progress as they go about the reading program. In the course of program implementation, we conduct regular feedback sessions and monitoring activities with our learners and reading facilitators to identify implementation gaps and action steps to address the challenges. The number of sessions we implement varies from context to context. Most communities implement the program the whole year round to ensure that learners are ready to transition to the next grade level, while others run it for a minimum of 15 sessions depending on the learner's needs. The modality also depends on the community protocol being implemented in the community and learners' access to the learning modality. As mentioned previously, we closely collaborate with DepEd's curriculum and instruction team at different levels in designing the teachers' training program to be given to our community partners and learning facilitators. On the screen, you will see the topics we facilitate during the training. The topics are being selected based on the needs of the learners and target competencies to help address literacy challenges faced by our students. Our partners support the program based on the competencies and available resources. Some partners composed of community professionals, teacher applicants, education graduates, LGU officials, and GPTA officers sign up as volunteer tutors, while others are donating books for the community-based reading sessions. Others provide mobilization support for our volunteers, such as transportation, communication allowance, facilitators kit for our volunteers. We also partner with academic institutions where we mobilize NSTP students to provide tutorial activities using multimodal learning approaches. With this, we will not run out of options for those who would like to support the cause. Learning materials and training resources developed by Brigada Pagbasa team were uploaded to the Brigada Pagbasa Drive to support the partners' implementation of Brigada Pagbasa program. Although all of the items on the drive are open source, we do ask that the branding be preserved if partners chose to replicate them. To check on our partners and activities and how Brigada Pagbasa is being implemented in the community, you can follow us on Facebook at Sama sa Brigada Pagbasa. We also encourage you to share the link to your post on our Facebook page so that our partners can learn good practices they can adopt. In addition, the Department of Education and World Vision created an official project ID to be utilized in the project rollout. I would like to emphasize that this is a DepEd approved project ID that cannot be changed. We've included a space in the ID for partners to add their logos. In addition, the official file was uploaded to the drive. Here's the example of the kits and worksheets that our Brigada Pagbasa facilitators received from our partners and donors. Big books for storytelling, writing supplies, and hygiene kits are usually included in the kit. The composition of the kit is determined by the community's available resources. The funds used for the procurement of these kits are usually provided by the LGU partners, corporate and individual donors to augment school resources for program implementation. You may check the design of the bags and worksheets shown in the Brigada Pagbasa Drive shown previously. So here are the example of the learning worksheets we uploaded in the drive. And this is the learner's kit. Here on the slide, you can see here it's a canvas bag, but we also have a version we use where we use a sling bag for the learner's kit. And lastly, I would like to share some of the pictures during program rollout to give an idea how our partners are doing Brigada Pagbasa in the community. The image shows a mobile library that was used to bring books to the children, where the LGU lent the tricycle, while the PTA and NGO partners donated the storybooks. The mobile library visits the neighborhood and is stationed in each area for the entire day to allow our students to read. And because children are not permitted to leave their homes due to health protocols, DepEd teachers and Brigada Pagbasa learning facilitators assist parents and caregivers in selecting grade level appropriate storybooks for their children. As indicated in the slides, other students are also providing support to assist in the facilitation of reading sessions for their siblings inside their homes, while others are reading on their own. In the slide, you can also see the school level training for the volunteers led by the school heads and the reading materials developed to be used for the project rollout. So the trained facilitators, with the help of our reading coordinators and school heads, develop the materials they need for the project rollout. And these materials will be included in the learning facilitators kit for our volunteers. Other partners are also using instructional tablets donated by the LGU in the conduct of the reading enrichment sessions for our children. The devices are lent to the students during the session and will be collected after to allow other students to use the tablet and access offline digital materials installed in the device. And here in the picture, you can also see our partners from the Philippine Coast Guard volunteering in the conduct of reading sessions. To end, I would like to encourage everyone to support the program and do their part in educating our children. To sustain the gains and bridge the gap as we embark on the second year of emergency remote learning, every member of the community must be equipped to perform their role in effectively educating our children. Indeed, amazing things happen when we work together to ensure that no learner is left behind. Indeed, the future of our children is worth investing. As an educator, naniniwala po ako na ang mga batang marunong bumasa ay malaya.